I've got no greater cinematic soft spot than the explosion of US 90s indies, synonymous with Robert Redford's Sundance Film Festival, which has launched such indie legends as Steven Soderbergh, Richard Linklater, Quentin Tarantino and Todd Solondz, to name just a few. And now, for the first time in its 34-year history, Redford is bringing a portion of this year's January lineup all the way from Utah to the UK, here at the O2 in London. Cine Outsider caught up with the filmmakers bringing their work overseas to discuss being part of such a milestone in Sundance history. So, Lena Dunham was your co-writer on this movie, and you yourself, you've been heavily involved with the New York mumblecore scene, so I'm guessing that the two of you met through a mutual friend through that scene, perhaps? So how did you meet, and have you been writing together before this film?
We have never written together before this film. This was our first collaboration, and we met at a party. Independent Film Project, IFP, which is an organization in New York that supports independent film. They were having like a sushi mixer, and we met there, and just totally got along. We went to the bathroom together, and just we became like instant kind of girlfriends. And
Great. Now, the film has a much glossier look than the films you've been associated with, certainly as an actress and then your previous film as a director. I'm sure this is a story choice, but do you think, in the light of recent films like Cold Weather and Tiny Furniture coming out of that scene, is it that just you and your peers are now moving away from the lo-fi towards better looking films generally?
I don't really think this film is that much more hi-fi than my previous movie, actually. I mean, we shot on Super 16, which is pretty grainy. In a way, the script demanded that that the project look a certain way, that the film look a certain way, so that dictated part of the look. I think, yeah, in a way, like Aaron Katz and Joe and me, and we're all sort of growing up as filmmakers and evolving, and part of that is changing the kinds of, the equipment that we're using, or the style of the story, or sort of whatever the story demands.
So
that was sort of a mixed answer. I give a little bit of everything, but...
So Martine's, it's an art gallery film. It seems, and I hope I'm right on this and that I'm not offending you and that was the intention, but it seemed to me, seems pretty pretentious. So when Peter, the sound designer, he's just landed his first Hollywood gig, and the fact that he says he's more excited by her film about ants than working on this Hollywood movie, is he being genuine there, or is it just his infatuation talking?
I think he's definitely being genuine, and I think it is part his infatuation talking, but I think also, I experienced this when casting, there's a lot of actors that studio gigs are so uncreative in a lot of ways that then a little tiny project where you get to do all kinds of crazy shit is really fun. So I think for a person like him who works in a very sort of corporate studio world, it is fun for him to do something that's as wacky or as Bugs.
And finally, how does it feel to be part of such an iconic moment in Sundance history, coming to the UK for the first time?
Wow. It feels great. It feels amazing to be here. I'm so honored to screen the film in London. I really am, and I'm so interested in what audiences think of it, and inspired by showing it to you guys.
Well, best of luck and enjoy your time here. Thank you. Thanks.